Jamie Dornan on filming Belfast's everlasting love scene, an amazing feeling. The actor stops by Little Gold Men to talk about bringing pot to life and navigating the topic of fame with his own kids. In Belfast, writer-director Kenneth Branagh's black and white ode to his childhood, a young boy named Buddy, Jude Hill, escapes from his often turbulent reality via movies. One day it's the splashy musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the next hits the classic western High Noon. It becomes clear that Buddy idolizes Jamie Dornan's Pa as his own version of a strapping movie star, despite his all-too-human faults. Dornan says he, too, worshipped his father and would project his own dreams onto high-profile stars. For me, growing up, it was anyone who's from Belfast or from the north of Ireland, who is doing well in movies, the actor tells VF Skady Rich. The idea that you came from that place and could be in movies, was crazy to me. Still is, to be honest. Northern Ireland's own Liam Neeson would become Dornan's matinee idol. I remember I was probably more in my early teens when Liam had really become a big star, he remembers. He's obviously a huge star, almost in a different realm now with what he's done in the last 15 years with his work. Dornan has hit his own stride in Hollywood, even scoring a recent Best Supporting Actor Golden Globe nomination. He talks about his homegrown role, and that singing scene, on this week's episode of Little Gold Men. Elsewhere on LGM, Katie joins hosts Richard Lawson, Rebecca Ford, and David Canfield for spirited analysis of the Screen Actors Guild Award nominations, including all of the biggest snubs and surprises. They also recap the madcap Golden Globes and discuss Sidney Poitier's Just Burying Your Father and the release of that, then trying to celebrate his life in that moment. But also, where Ma and Pa are, their relationship at the time is massive. It's really fractured. They're sort of on the brink there, so there's so much conveyance of that through the looks between Katrina, Beof, and I. I'm basically trying to say, we are really up against it here and we are being tested, but guess what? I love you and it's okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to get through this. I was really struck rewatching it, about how movies are threaded into this film. The family goes to see the movies, but then the whole confrontation has the theme song from High Noon playing in the background. I wonder if you watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or High Noon, or if you and Kenneth Branagh talked about how this boy is imagining his dad as this John Wayne-worthy figure? Yeah, we did talk about that a bit. Again, it comes back to that sort of idealistic way of seeing his parents, almost seeing them as these matinee idols that were heroic to him. He had them on such a pedestal, and that's kind of the way he saw John Wayne and him and his brother saw these actors in movies. I remember thinking my dad was the strongest man in the world, when I was a kid. He certainly wasn't, but just that idea you have of your parents, if you're lucky enough to have a good relationship with your parents and see them that way. You give them this sort of heightened sense of superpower, almost. I think that is something that Ken, when he was a kid, got from the movies and applied to his own people in his life, including his parents. And I've watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang a lot, I really have in my life. It was a big player in our youth when I was a kid. I've actually shown it to our two eldest kids. Do you feel strongly about what your kids know about fame? Do you feel like that's something you have to really navigate for them? Yeah, a bit. Dornan and his wife, film composer Amelia Warner, made a choice in their very early formative years to live right in the middle of nowhere. We live in the countryside. There's no paparazzi. We're not going to any parties or fancy dinners, where we're getting our photograph taken. We're pretty much out of the limelight, for the most part, and we like it that way. Probably harder here, when we're in LA. I was with our 5-year-old yesterday and a girl came up and wanted to chat and a photograph. After, my daughter turned around and was like, "Do you know her?" I was like, "I don't know her." She's like, "Why did she want to talk to you?" I said, "I don't know. Some people know that daddy's an actor and I'm in movies and on TV sometimes. Some people like the stuff I do, and they see me, and recognize me, and want to chat. It's nothing more than that." My daughter was like, "Oh, that's nice." They're basically saying that they like you. There's an innocence to it all, I guess, at this stage.